We're joined live by the president and CEO of a multinational financial group of companies, Wewege Group, and the author of the book, Digital Banking Revolution, Mr. Luigi Wewege. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the show.
Hi, Justin. Thanks for having me.
Okay, first question. How good is the global banking alternative proposed by the Revolut company?
Yeah, I think the Revolut is a fantastic alternative to using the current financial services of traditional retail banks, especially their card service, which allows customers to receive the real currency exchange rate. Having traveled extensively over the last several years, I can attest to the disbelief of receiving high foreign transaction fees when purchasing items overseas on my bank card.
How does it change our present understanding of the banking industry, do you feel?
Well, these types of innovative financial technologies are actually profoundly changing the way in which we spend, move, and manage our money, unlike ever before. I see this dramatically shifting customer behaviors and expectations of their current financial service provider. This will ultimately lead to established banks being forced to swiftly increase their pace of digital adoption in order to stay relevant.
Okay, and what negative consequences can this application have in terms of increasing cyber attacks then?
Well, I don't necessarily believe their global app would help in terms of increasing cyber attacks. This is due to most companies like Revolut having their data located on several different third-party servers. These are all heavily encrypted and therefore very difficult to coordinate for a cyber attack. Also, with the advent of blockchain technology, most companies are trying to adapt to this, and therefore the threat of future cyber attacks, like which we have seen recently, are less likely to occur in the future.
Now, you've raised a phenomenal amount of money with regard to this startup, probably especially in Asia and North America. But what about other areas of the world in terms of its traction? How can you update us on that?
Yeah, well, I think as marketplaces get updated about their services, I think they're going to become exceptionally popular. And this is primarily due to two of their main services which they offer customers, and that is their multiple currency accounts and cards, as well as free international transfers. I mean, this is essentially what financial customers have been demanding for years now, the ability to send or spend money without any fees.
Now, there's a huge growth in interest with regard to the cryptocurrencies marketplace and blockchain. What future will Revolt have in terms of adding cryptocurrencies, stocks and bonds soon? And how do you feel the popularity will continue to rise? What are you doing to educate the wider global audience?
Well, I believe adding to the product pipeline with cryptocurrencies, stocks and bonds, plus the ability to buy and sell these, will be a huge step forward for the company. For the most part, large retail banks have been slow in positioning themselves to fulfill their customers' every financial need. This, especially as the millennial generation is poised to soon command the largest purchasing power of any age group. With added financial services like these, I can see Revolt increasing in popularity, specifically with millennials, due to research showing how they judge retail banks based on their digital capabilities. And they won't actually hesitate to switch their bank accounts to another financial service provider if they consider it to be a better banking service that they currently have.
Now, obviously, there's a revolution in terms of financial services industry. What's your take on redundancies in traditional banking roles? Is that going to happen? And are you going to be able to counterbalance it in terms of new roles and jobs within this new phenomenon?
Sure. I mean, obviously, once all the jobs will be replaced with a newer. I envision a future with many more financial service innovations being developed. This will ultimately disrupt banking. There's already mobile banking, check imaging, smartwatches, which are ubiquitous now. And these are just a few of the latest financial service innovations assisting people with a variety of ways to manage their money. Although the future will be dependent on the current technologies being advanced. And what I mean by this is that to continue the rapid growth of fintech companies, it will ultimately come down to the reliability of the technology presently being developed. This will directly affect their performance either positively or negatively and will be a major determining factor on their long-term viability in a highly competitive industry.
And just a final question. What's the future of the London-based Revolut in terms of the Brexit decision?
I can't see any major impact to Revolut's future in terms of Brexit. I mean, they're essentially a digital international bank whose operations are not only virtual, but which could also be deemed borderless. And even when Brexit does go through, London will still be a very international city, and the regulation concerning Revolut will not change because of this.
Okay, Luigi, thank you very much for your time and joining us on Radio Sputnik to share this new Revolut company with our listeners. You are listening to Mr. Luigi Wewege. He's the president and CEO of a multinational financial group of companies, Wewege Group.